Today on an all-new Maryland. Get down to the blueprint basics. Ramsey gets you inspired to see your space in a whole new light and is answering your reno FAQs. Then simple and savory. Tara O'Brady has the perfect recipe you're looking for tonight, and you can make it your own, too. Plus, House and Home Magazine's Linda Reeves takes you through the pages of 2022's biggest design trends. And quit worrying about your lack of a green thumb. Here's 6 plants that you may be able to actually keep alive. And it all starts right now.
Here we are. Welcome. Hey, when it comes to home renovations, making small changes can have a huge impact. Here's designer Ramsey with some inspiration.
Hey guys, I just finished a condo renovation, specifically a kitchen in a condo, and this is a great opportunity for me to show you how moving one wall by just 1.5 feet has made such a massive difference in here. When I first looked at this space, it was very small. It didn't function well. Cabinets were in need of updating. This kitchen was very isolated. Behind the one wall where the cooktop sits is the dining room, and that was a large space. So right away, I thought I could afford to steal some space for there. That wall is just a simple metal partition wall made of metal studs and drywall. It was easy to relocate, so we decided we're going to move that wall by about 1.5 feet into the dining room. That gave me enough space to really reconfigure this kitchen the way that I wanted to. Secondly, it was isolated because it had one doorway coming into it, and that was it. So it was off on its own, and the rest of the condo was there. Well, to kind of make that flow better and make this feel more a part of the rest of the condominium, I decided to open the entrance to this space and make it about 6 feet wide. Now it feels like the rest of the space. We've retained our cooking area on that wall, but I took the fridge and I moved it to this side. Why? Because it gave me beautiful symmetry, but also I have great landing space on either side. So you were preparing food on the sides, you want to move things around, you've got room to work there. We've got plenty of space behind me for the sink area, which is a cleaning area, and then we've got this island now with lots of storage underneath. The cabinetry has a beautiful warmth to it. It's a lovely mix of some wood grain material and lacquered material. Now this is kind of a man-made material, so it's not real wood, it's a melamine product, it's very resilient, very durable. The rest of it is a high gloss material. It's not lacquer, it's also a man-made material, so it's very durable. We don't have to worry about delicate finishes like lacquer. We've got a beautiful balance of those two materials here. You've got plenty of pantry space as well. Floor-to-ceiling cabinets with great hardware inside, lots of storage space. And then lastly, the one element that the client fell in love with is this natural stone that we used on the countertop. We did it on the countertop and carried it seamlessly onto the backsplash. When you're working with small spaces, it's nice to keep the number of materials down, keep that continuity, make the space feel bigger. The lighting worked out well too because this is a penthouse unit. We've got some space inside of that ceiling area, so it allowed us to move the ductwork around for the hood fan and also to accommodate our lighting layout. And then we've got these pendants that just work perfectly over top of this island. The end result is a space that functions well, it's open, it flows nicely to the rest of the condo, and I think it just looks spectacular.
And we do too. Please welcome Ramsey. Yay!
Hey, Marilyn.
That, first of all, I'm envious of all the cupboard space in there. It looks so seamless. Okay, we're going to go through some of the things about this transformation, but we get inspired from it. But there's questions that that people get asked when it comes to a contractor. They ask you many, many questions. So people want to know, how can I save money on kitchen cabinets? Do you recommend refacing them?
So I'll answer quickly on some of these so we don't run out of time. Saving money sometimes
comes at an expense of performance in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So when you're facing a kitchen, you're basically changing all the pretty parts, but you're not changing all the components that make it useful. So you were talking about storage. I did a walkthrough of the Bloom showroom where Bloom makes a lot of the hardware for inside the cabinetry that makes it so functional. When you look at a regular drawer like that and a full extension drawer where it comes out all the way, gives you better access, those are the differences. Base cabinets where you have to crawl into versus drawers, which are a lot more useful. Corner cabinet drawers that make that corner accessible. And then the upper cabinets people don't think about either. You can have regular doors that swing shut and they slam, but then with the Bloom hinges, you can flick a little switch on this hinge. You can see it right here. I flick a switch, and then all of a sudden it makes it a slow close hinge. So there's so many beautiful elements to the hardware that make the kitchen so much more practical. So look at the functionality of the kitchen. Look at how much work is going to go into refacing it, and then look at what it'll cost to actually go into a new kitchen. The results with that added cost might be so much better that it'll make it worth it. Right?
Yeah, I hear you.
So I don't always run for the resurfacing.
Right, yeah, and especially those corner cabinets, boy, that's magic right there. That's an extra space that we never have,
definitely.
Right? Durable alternative to stained wood cabinetry. What is a durable alternative?
So, okay, so that kitchen that we just showed had a composite material for the cabinetry. So it looked like wood. This behind me is a wood kitchen. This is actually real wood. And wood is susceptible to some moisture changes in the house, so the construction of the cabinetry becomes very important. But when you go into some kind of composite materials like these materials from Tafisa makes these panels that are particle core on the inside. You have some samples there yourself.
Yeah.
These are wood grain materials, but they're melamine, so they're very durable. They're waterproof, water resistant. They have edge banding that matches the surface. So now you get the look of wood cabinetry, but at a lot more of an economical cost and a bit more durability. They also have finishes in their Lumia line that are matte finishes. So some of these matte finishes look fantastic. They also come in very high gloss finishes. So when you start to couple high gloss with wood grain, you get that composite material that's durable. It performs well, it's economical, and it looks fantastic. And that was the balance that we created in that kitchen makeover.
It's beautiful. I like that. Okay, the next one is, what do I need, Ramson, to know about LED under cabinet lighting?
I'm glad you asked. There's so much to know when it comes to lighting. So LEDs have flooded the market. So everywhere you go, you can buy LEDs, but that doesn't mean they're good quality LEDs. So my biggest advice to people is stick to a brand name that is consistent. So we buy all our LEDs from Hayfella. Hayfella has a Lux 5 system that is very consistent, meaning their ribbon's always the same ribbon, the drivers are always the same driver, so it's not like tomorrow they carry another brand. It's always consistent, and it's all plug and play. What you have to understand with LED ribbon is that it's electricity. It's drawing electricity. So even though this is the ribbon, and you got all these tiny little LEDs, well, when you add them all up, they draw a certain amount of wattage per meter. So you have to do the math, and with plug-and-play systems, it's easy because you know if I have 10 meters of this ribbon that puts out 4.8 watts, that gives me 48 watts for a 10-meter run, and I need a driver that can handle 48 watts. Never undersize it because then you start to overheat the system and you have problems. But what's nice about the Lux 5 system from Hayfella, they have all these beautiful channels. So when you look at under cabinet lighting, like we did in that kitchen and other places, you have all these channels that the ribbon goes inside of. They've got a diffuser that clicks on the surface that dilutes that image. So you don't have the dots of the LED showing. So you have that beautiful finish. And then they've got accessories that plug in like this. This is a proximity sensor. So when I come close to it, it actually shuts the lights off, and it touch it again, it turns the lights on. So they got different switches, different components that plug into the system, and then these drivers become the hub of it. So the drivers really drive everything. They drive the lights. They also connect the switches.
But where does this get hidden? Underneath also the cabinet, or is it inside the cabinet?
Yes. So you can use them underneath the cabinets. Traditionally, if you remember, we used to use puck lights. Now we use these linear channels, and we actually set them into the wood underneath, or we surface mount them. The LED strip goes inside, and it gives you nice lighting all the way along. You have no hot spots from those puck lights.
But where does this ugly part go?
That goes inside your cabinet, so you don't have to look at it. So generally,
that's what I want.
with all kinds of under cabinet lighting, it all goes back to an area where the transformer gets plugged into. Well, this is a driver for LEDs that gets plugged into the same place.
Lots of uses for that. So no more puck lights. That day has gone.
No more puck lights, no more incandescent lights, LEDs that are energy efficient, they give a lot of light. And then you can go to the next step and get RGB, which is red, green, blue, and have any color under the rainbow.
Oh my gosh, so much is happening. All right, so now people, I've got a great marble countertop, but some people, and it's a pain in the neck, okay?
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you that right now.
It can be.
So people have been scared away from using natural countertops. The question is, what are good stone-like options?
So with regards to natural countertops, people get scared away because of marketing tactics that kind of knock natural stone. There's different levels of natural stone. You have some there. We have a piece of marble that's a first piece. Marble, and that's the same as your countertop. It's a marble. It's a Calcutta marble, and it's softer. It's not the ideal product for a countertop. It looks beautiful, but then there's maintenance issues that go along with it. But then beyond marble, there is granite. And granite tends to be a little granular and people don't love the look. But then you've got a sample there that's natural quartzite. And natural quartzite is, that's the middle one right there above the dark one. So it's a square, the second middle size one, right? That is a natural quartzite, which is one of the strongest minerals in the earth. And it is very durable. And when they have slabs of that and they cut it, it looks beautiful and it's very durable. It's a great product for kitchen or bathroom countertops. But then from there, you've got other options. You go into man-made products, such as quartz products. Quartz products have come a long way. But they're stain resistant. They're not completely heat proof, so they're not ideal for around fireplaces or to take a hot pot and put it on there. You don't want to do that because you could damage it. And then there's the next line of products, which is sintered stones and porcelains. So you have all these different looks of products with different characteristics. The key element is to understand the characteristics and limitations of each one.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So the thing is the bathroom countertop different from the kitchen countertop? I don't think there's much of a difference because of the stain and the natural and all that sort of thing, you know?
Yeah, I think with bathrooms, Marilyn, you have to worry more about makeup, toothpaste, things people spill on there and leave it on there. So you have to make sure. So in bathrooms, we tend to use products like quartzite or natural quartz or man-made quartz or sintered stone or porcelains, right? So you look at the application, you go, in this area, I need extra durability, so I'm going to go to this kind of product.
Right. Keeping in mind with budgets always on this show, now we're going to talk about delays in getting building supplies. What is, on this day, a realistic time frame to complete a reno, Ramson?
So realistically, there's no time frame I can give you. It all depends on what's happening down the line of people that you're relying on. So the one piece of advice I'm going to give to people, take as many elements out of the mix as you can. Go to a full design build firm where they actually manage the design, they manage the construction, so you don't have many different people in the mix that can let you down. Number two, plan ahead, get your design done properly. Right down to things like countertops. So all those samples that you have, we go to Stone Lab, for instance, and Stone Lab does our countertops for us, and we say, you know what? This is a project we have coming up. I want you to buy the slabs and hang on to them now, even though we won't need them for 5 months. Now, the thing is to buy all this stuff ahead of time, which means that the client has to be aware of that as well, because you have to make sure that they understand where their money is going up front, and you buy all these things and you store them. That's how we do it to combat supply chain issues. We make sure we have all the materials, especially tiles, bathroom fixtures, countertop materials, and cabinetry materials. Once we have them in our possession, then I don't worry so much.
Ramson, good to see you. I miss you so much. We'll talk soon, okay? All right, thanks.
Miss you too. Take care.
All right, we're going to take a break, everybody. We'll be right back.
Coming up, simple and savory. Tara O'Brady has the perfect recipe idea you're looking for tonight, and you can make it your own.